So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to be stand here. It is the second time I'm coming here, and it is an honor for me to be here again. So because my time is very tight, so I will starting my presentation related to control respiratory disease to ND or Newcastle. But before I'm starting the presentation, actually I would like to mention some of disease challenge present actually in Asian poultry industry, and there is not only ND, but there are other diseases like bronchitis or influenza, H5N6 or H9N2, and at the end is inclusion for the hepatitis. We are facing the same problem. We are staying at the same Asia. So we know already that ND cause a lot of problem, damage in many organs. In particular, in layer, egg laying hen because of drop in egg production. But first of all, we need to rule out about H9N2. We use this kit to diagnose, and this kit established for many years. We use this equipment for more than 20 years to diagnose or to differentiate whether this is AI or evaluation or Newcastle.
Sorry for interruption. Yes. Just announcement for the local participants regarding the translation equipment. İştirakçılar agar tushunayotgan bo'lsanglar, naushniklarni olib tarjimadan foydalansanglar bo'ladi. Sorry once again, please go on.
Okay. So use this kit to differentiate whether this is avian influenza or Newcastle. But based on my observation, most of the farmers, they are cautious to avian influenza, then more concerned to Newcastle. So that's why we need to do a proper diagnosis, which is ND or another diseases. As you can see in here, there is two stage or two phase. When N is coming in this phase, let's say it's reading or growing, so you can see any high mortality. But if ND coming into laying period, it's not easy to find a critical sign. You can see only egg production drop, or sometimes you can find respiratory diseases. And then if you look at here, it is the ND cases in broiler, and this is vaccinated farm. As you can see, the mortality can be 13%, and it can be more than 40%. And if you do the postmortem, you can see some changing in organ like hemorrhage in convertibilitis or orbital, or if you open the skull head, you can see any blood vessel dilatation. Yeah, the normal thing is should be not thin compared to this one. And then here is the picture in layer. Actually, in layer you can see drop in production as I mentioned in here. Drop production is around 30, it can be more than 30%. And then in layer, as you can see here, is the postmortem. The quality of egg will be decreases. Sometimes you can see the mishap egg or egg becomes smaller. Or if virulent Newcastle is coming, of course, the egg cell become thin or become whitened, and of course the internal of the egg also broken. And then here is the observation actually in Asian related to Aedes outbreak. This is genotype 7, and it is your country, right? So basically in Indonesia, we have found an Aedes genotype 7 at 2011 and 16 as well, and 19 as well. This is your neighbor country. We found Aedes at 2012. And of course, you are in here, so Uzbekistan, you can, in my opinion, you can face a similar problem with us. Last year, I've been testing a sample from here, and of course, we got an ND. The probability is similar to the outbreak of genotype 7. And then why it is difficult to control? Of course, we need to look for the fit vaccination program. Fit vaccination program, it should be, we need to know the historical. As you can see, for example, in 1990s in broiler, they are doing only 2-time live vaccination. At the time, they are doing at day 4 or, for example, in day 18. There is no Asian vaccination. And then the outbreak is still coming. And you know, the vaccine they've been using at the time is genotype 2 or lethogenic or genotype 1 or pathogenic. And then following the time, because of the outbreak still coming, they put another additional kill vaccine. But the problem, kill vaccine is not full doses in the field. It's only 0.4 dose or half dose. But the outbreak is still coming. And then following time, some company, they offer good sale, the technology of vaccine, but the problem, they're still using the similar vaccine. Then outbreak is still coming. So what next? If I'm reading a quote from Annie Shane, so this incident, you are doing the same over and over again, but you are expecting different result. Yeah, because you only change the number of vaccine, you don't check any strain into your vaccination program. So, but live vaccine, actually it's not during live period as well. It's in broiler also. But live vaccination we are using for routine vaccination program, or we call emergency vaccination program or revaccination when outbreak coming. I know many farmers, challenge coming to the farm, they are doing revaccination by live, because they think it's more easy, because faster than anything else. And then, if there is any question, is any live important for protection? And the answer is yes. Why? Because it's cheaper, faster, and better in terms of local immunity. But the problem, if we are compare live vaccine to it has been circulated in the market to the pill challenge, we are using a plaque reduction neutralizing test. It is widely used to measure antibody against certain viruses. And you know, this test actually has a specificity higher compared to any serologic test. So we call this test is gold standard. For example, here, if Lasota genotype 2 compared to Lasota, you can see here its inhibition efficiency can be 100%. Because vaccine that you're using and then compared to the pill virus is the same. So that's why if you use the Lasota and then your cell is Lasota as well, the protection will be 100%. But if you look in here, those all our virus has been collected by us, and we are compared to the Lasota, and then the inhibition process can be 6 to 15%. What does it mean? So the protection will be lower as well. So what is the point? You need to use the homolog or the same vaccine with the circulating challenge. And then after you get this outbreak, mostly as I mentioned before, farmer they are doing revaccination by live vaccine. But you need to know, based on the journal I've been read, the excessive of NDIV vaccine, it will be increased opportunity to get the bacterial infection. So no wonder for me if some farmer they are doing a lot of live vaccine, you can be easily to find a secondary bacterial infection. And then just need to know vaccination should be there will be an alternative, a good management and good hygiene. So you need to provide a good management and good biosecurity as well, and vaccine will be support your final performance. Here, vaccine efficacy correct. ND is one serotype, can be cross protective. Whatever you use the vaccine, it can be protection. But based on the previous slide, as you can see, protection is not 100% anymore. So the ND usually protect the bird from clinical size, but the virus still replicating, disseminating, and shedding still occur and spreading to the pill. And of course, not easy to handle the ND outbreak. And then, so what is the strategic vaccination program in a zoonotic situation? Yeah, of course, we would like to reduce shedding and transmission by using a homolog vaccine. So how do you know we homolog? So you need to do the analysis. Either you're using a PCR or maybe here you're using sequencer or anything else. So when you're using homolog vaccine, of course, it's going to be very specific or matching antibodies to reduce replication or transmission. And then at the end is the last slide. So for the summary, what I've been telling to all of you, vaccination strategy in endemic, because you need to use homolog vaccine to reduce the shedding and transmission, and to neutralize viral and ND, require the matching antibodies. And if not matching, or if there is no neutralized antibody, of course the protection will be incomplete. And the last is vaccine antigenic match. Antigenic hemagglutinin unit will give you a better protection. So those are what I would like to tell to all of you, and thank you to stay still here until the end. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr.